Okay, good evening everyone, and apologies for late arrival. It's just been one of those days where nothing has gone to time. However, we are here, and I'm here, and that's the main thing. I was looking through the old readings from last week. Because I'm sure it was Alexis that wanted a card reading right at the end, but the live had finished beforehand. So I was flicking through to see if I could find the comments, and Facebook have changed everything, wouldn't you know? And you've got to pretty much watch the whole video to see all the comments as they were coming on, and even when I flicked the video forward, it skipped a lot of the comments, which is not very good, honestly. Facebook tries my patience at times, you know. Many times I have said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Okay, let's just keep swiping these comments, just to make sure they're working, because again, that's another thing we need working tonight. Facebook, thank you very much, is the comments, because if we don't get comments, we can't know who's wanting a card reading or not. So fingers crossed Facebook catches up and we can get comments going. Then we can start the live readings with a little bit of luck. Honestly, is it just me, or does anybody else have bugbear with Facebook? I can absolutely understand why a lot of people are going to like TikTok and Instagram, because Facebook is just getting worse. It truly is, especially when you have to keep swiping to get comments. I'll tell you what, let's just tag a few people in here that I know would normally come in. Let's have a look. Okay. Okay, let's have a go. Right, we've got some people tagged in, so we will wait and see what happens. In the meantime, what I will do is I'm going to put Alexis' name down, because I'm sure it was Alexis that wanted the card at the end, and I did promise her I would fit her in. Okay, and then we'll take it from there, basically. Right. While I'm waiting for Facebook to sort out comments, etc., I thought I would... we have comments. Yay, Lucy's here. At least I know the comments are working now. Oh, honestly, I spent about 10-15 minutes going back the comments from the previous weeks to see if it was Alexis that wanted the reading, and Facebook has been a pain in the ass with the comments. So yeah, because now, for some reason, when you replay a live, you have to sit through the live and go through comment by comment by comment by comment that's going through the live, whereas before, if you were doing a replay, you could pretty much just go through all the comments. So I thought, I haven't got the time to go through all of the live, all of the comments to find out who it was that wanted a reading from last week. Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm hoping it was Alexis that wanted a reading, and if it's not, I do apologise. You know, I'm gonna have to write names down, but the problem with me is I write things down, and then spirit hide things. It's a nightmare. So hence why I don't normally do a readings list on the readings night. It's like first come first serve, because yeah, spirit move things in this house. They honestly do. Okay, now that we know that the comments are working, I've got Alexis down. I know it's a silly question, but I'm going to ask Lucy if she wants a card. Now, the cards that you can pick from tonight are, as always, the Old Faithful, or you can pick an Angel Healing card, depending on what card you like. So if you're joining me live and you would like a card, you have the choice of Old Faithful or Angel Healing. So decisions, I know, but those were the two cards I was called to actually use tonight, so that's the ones I'm going to go with. Now, before I do anybody's cards, I'm going to do card of the day, because I'm rather than doing two separate lives, I'll always start with a card of the day, and I'm going to use my Old Faithful for those. Oh, of course she does. Which ones though? Decisions, Lucy Lou. Old Faithful, oh, I think I know which one she's going to choose, but she might prove me wrong. Old Faithful or Angel Healing? We've had bumps in the night and everything going on in our home today. I was in the kitchen earlier on making the dinner, as you do, and then I was going through to the lounge to set everything up and stuff, and I heard this almighty clatter from our bedroom, and we have like a walk-in kind of electric cupboard in there, kind of where all the boiler and shelving and everything is. And we have like an old picture board in there with lots of old photos. It's my partner's picture board that was made for him many, many years ago, with a lot of his family photos on there. So as I was coming out of the kitchen, I heard this almighty clatter. Now, we always keep that cupboard a little bit open, just to let some ventilation in. And the clatter was that they had chucked the picture board out of the cupboard and slammed the cupboard door shut. Yeah, so, yeah, I guess at some point they are telling my partner he needs to get that picture board up on the wall and not in a cupboard. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you don't expect it. So yeah, we have had things. It is an old building that we live in. It's an old bungalow, and you know, we've been lying in our bed at night and we've heard things getting tossed across the kitchen floor, and yet when we get up to investigate, there's absolutely nothing on the kitchen floor. It's mind blowing. But you know, I'm a spiritualist. I have been working with spirit for many, many, many years, so nothing surprises me these days. And we are getting near Christmas, or Yule as we call it. So there's going to be a lot of happy spirits, especially with Christmas music going on, the Christmas lights. We actually put our Christmas tree up on the 2nd of December. And we just put it up, and we were sitting with our coffee, as you do, and both of us could smell turkey, the Christmas turkey. You know how if you've got the turkey in the oven and the homemade soup on the stove, Well, and you just get that aroma filling the house. Well, that's exactly what we got as soon as the tree was up and all the light fittings and everything was up. It was quite a bizarre time. But yeah, it was nice that we both were able to smell turkey. Made us hungry, I have to say. But yeah, they obviously wanted their turkey dinner, or they were cooking their turkey dinner. Probably thought, oh, Christmas tree's up, so it must be Christmas, right? Because Spirit do have slightly different time zones to what we have. So they probably just saw the Christmas tree going up and think, ooh, it's that time of the year, right? Who's cooking turkey? So yeah. But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. It's just lovely, right? Okay, we've got a card chucked out. It's just lovely to see. Okay, we've got the Justice card for card of the day. So for today's card, if you're watching this on replay or watching me live, have you been waiting for a conclusion to something that doesn't seem fair? Maybe a legal battle, maybe an argument that just hasn't been solved yet. Maybe, maybe you've been through abuse, maybe you've been through bullying or whatever the case may be. And up till now, things have not been going on in your favour, it's been going on the favour of the bully, etc. Could be anything, it could be something unfair at work, etc. You could have been blamed for something you haven't done or something you haven't said, or you could be waiting, as I said, for a conclusion of some event happening or whatever. Whatever the case may be, what this card is basically saying is justice will be served. So if somebody's done you wrong, and they were not answerable for it, be it in the present, be it in the past, whatever, the universe is always watching. The universe is always watching. And the universe is also responsible for karma. And a lot of people who do people wrong, such as bullies or abusers, etc., they go through many years thinking they've got away with it. They've got away with murder, they've got away with abuse, they've got away with control, they've got away with bullying. But that is a deception, because karma, or the universal karma, is very slow but also very calculating. She takes her time. She looks at the deeds that we do. And if those deeds are bad deeds towards somebody else, she's going to take, Lady Karma is going to take her sweet time about it. And she's going to be making sure that the karma or the justice that is served gets served to the wrongdoers and not to the victims. So maybe you've been a victim of abuse or bullying or whatever in the past. Well, this card is basically saying, whoever that was, they may feel that they are safe, they may feel that they are out of the woods, etc. But the truth is, karma's sitting in side stage, just waiting to make her appearance. I always have people ask me, do I cast curses? I don't have to. I really don't have to. I leave that to the universe. The witch's best curse ever is a simple incantation that basically says that, may the true horror of your actions and words be revealed to you. Think that over for a little while. What does that mean to you? May the true horror of your actions or words be revealed to you. Now, that's the safest curse on this planet, because what it's basically saying is, I'm not responsible for your wrongs. I'm not going to be the one that's going to sit in judgment of you. I don't have to. Because your wrongs will reveal themselves to you. But they will reveal themselves to you threefold. Because universal law is threefold. Do a good deed, you'll get good deeds done in return threefold. Do a bad deed, you'll get deeds returned to you threefold. So whatever you dish out, you're going to get back 3 times worse. If it's something wrong against others, or 3 times better if it's good towards others. And witches have known this for a long, long, long time, many, many centuries. Which is why, never do a witch wrong, because she is protected, or he is protected by universal karma. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I just hope that train doesn't run over your track, kind of thing. But it's the same thing, universal karma is, and a lot of people say, yeah, I'm still waiting for that karma to happen, and I'm lucky because I've got away with murder, I've got away with this, I've got away with that. So, and that's exactly what karma is waiting for. They're waiting for you to get cocky. They're waiting for you to think that it's never going to happen to you. And when you least expect it, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am, it hits you. Where, which is why I'm always saying, do unto others as you want them to do to you. Right? Because whatever we do is going to come back to us threefold. And that's why witches will always go out their way to help rather than hinder somebody. We have got the biggest hearts on this planet, but don't take our kindness for granted. Because just as we have got the most loving, most helpful heart and character, so too can we go the other way. So too will we protect the vulnerable. So too will we protect our family from harm. So too will we protect our friends and loved ones from harm. And more importantly, so too will our guides, many guides and gods and goddesses, protect us from harm as well. We've known this as spiritual people for many, many centuries. And it's something that this world has yet to realize. So I guess the world wanted you to know that justice is real. Universal karma is real. So whatever injustices have happened to you in your life, there's gonna be a solution. And it's going to be the right solution. And it's not going to be on the side of the abuser or those that have done wrong. It's going to be on the side of those who have ever been bullied, those who have ever been sorely, wrongly done by. Alright? So I guess the message in this card is, always be aware of your own actions, your own words, your own thoughts, because I don't own them. Lucy doesn't own them. Nobody owns them. The only person that owns your words, your actions, and your thoughts, and the only person who is responsible for your words, your actions, and your thoughts is you. I don't claim them. I don't want them. You're more than welcome to have them. I'll just wish you luck, and I'll go on my merry way with a smile, knowing what is coming your way. So I hope if this card has meaning for you, drop me a message, let me know if this resonates with you. You know, have you been on the receiving end of somebody's wrongdoing? Or maybe you're the one that is giving out the control, the abuse, etc., etc. And if that's the case, are you repentant for those? Has this gave you food for thought? Because there's always time to make amends. There's always time to say, do you know what? That card really hit home. And, you know, maybe I have done a lot wrong in my life. So I don't want 3 times karma coming my way. So I'll change my ways. And every day I will try to be a better me. Now, wouldn't it be an ideal world if all those who abused, controlled or bullied did that? Sadly, they don't. But this card is here to remind them that their actions and their words and their thoughts and their consequences for those actions, words and thoughts lie squarely on their table, lie squarely with them. And justice will prevail in the end. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it definitely will in the end. Yep, karma comes to the unexpected every single time. I've seen it happen in my own life. You know, I've seen people attack me or whatever, and I just sat waited patiently because I knew it was coming. And it's heartbreaking, which is why we always say never wish any wrong on anyone. And the worst thing that you can wish for is for somebody's death, because you will pay the ultimate price. You'll pay with your own life. I have never in my whole life wished anyone to end their lives or for their lives to end. That's not my decision, that's not my judgment, that's not my call. And anyway, I don't want the ultimate karma coming back on me. I have full intentions of living my life to the fullest. And I remember years ago when we were on holiday and I went to see a spiritual reader. Now, that spiritual reader was in Blackpool. And I recognized the name, but I couldn't place the name. But she drew me, so I went in and got a reading done. Turns out, about 20 or 30 years before, my dad had went to her for her reading, and she knew all about my life. And the first thing she said was, "You're going to live a long and healthy life." Well, here I am at 56. I eat healthy. I use health supplements that are just out of this world. They are botanical. They are natural. And I feel fitter and healthier now in my late 50s than I did in my 20s, 30s and 40s. So, yeah, she was right. You know, and she said, you're going to live a long, long, long life. And you're going to help so many people in that life. How right she was. Isn't it spooky? I couldn't, I told her about my dad coming to see a reader, and she asked who his name was and what was told and stuff. And she knew everything about me. She knew the abuse and everything that I had gone through. It was just so nice to actually go and spend some time with somebody like myself. Because, yes, and I know a lot of people will say, but Lady Moonlight, you do readings for others. Why don't you read for yourself? Well, I do read for myself on the odd occasion when I feel called to. However, there's nothing like going to somebody else and getting a fresh look on things. Although a lot of people will say to me, I can't read you. I just can't read. Even my granddaughter, she's the most beautiful, talented young witchling that I've ever been blessed with. And I know she reads people very, very well. But she even admitted, Gran, I can't read you. I can read everybody else. But I've tried and I've tried and I've tried to read you and I can't. And I basically said is because elder crones, starseeds, are the most hardest people to read because we are guided and protected by ancient ancestors. And that's why you can't read your Gran. And I said, but one day she'll be a crone herself. And people won't be able to read her either. So it's nice. But yeah, how spooky, right? But yeah, I think that's kind of the moral of my story is, a lot of spooky things happen in my life. A lot of karma and a lot of like spooky coincidences and stuff. And I love that. I love it. It just kind of proves that my wisdom is spot on all the time. So it's really, really nice. Okay, I'm going to pick a card for Alexis. I don't think Alexis is here. If you are Alexis, please let me know. And if not, I will take a note of the time and tag you into the reading at the end. I'd have to tag you anyway because I can't remember Alexis' surname. But when I tag it, it comes up because she's only Alexis in the group. And then we will go on to Lucy. I'm going to write Lucy Lou's name down. Have you decided which cards you would like, Lucy? I think for Alexis, I'm drawn to choose the angel cards for her. So I'm going to shuffle the angel cards. I've just asked which cards would be best for Lucy. Lucy, Alexis. I think your Gran's basically saying it's Lucy's turn. Sorry, Nan, you're going to have to wait until I've done Alexis and then I will do Lucy's. Angel cards. That's why she said Lucy. She wants the angel cards for you. Honestly, your Nan is so impatient today. First come, first served. Okay, let's do Alexis's angel cards. And I like spicing things up a little bit. Don't you just love it when we spice things up a bit? It's been an interesting week this week. It's been a good week, but it's been an interesting week. Had a lot of good things happen, had some not so good things happen, but we have got there. Okay. So So let's just give these a little shuffle. I know, right? Honestly. Funny how you chose the angel cards when your nan was basically whispering in my ear, Lucy. So instead of coming out with Alexis, I do apologise, Alexis, in advance for Lucy's nan, who as always has to have her say first. I did reckon this was going to be a night of it. We've had Spirit going bump in the night here and everything, so it doesn't surprise me, to be honest. Let's get a time for Alexis. Okay, 30:52. So Alexis, if you do come in and you're watching this on the replay, 30:52 is your time for your card. I'm just praying that it was Alexis, but I'm just going with my old memory, and I'm sure it was Alexis that came in at the end of the last reading. So if it wasn't, I am very sorry, but you're going to get a card anyway. Okay, Alexis, yours is a crown chakra, which is really strange because the crown chakra came out, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. I've done so many readings this week, honestly. But it's basically asking you to pay attention to any ideas, any thoughts, messages from the divine that are sent through our prayers, our thoughts, etc. The universe is always, always watching, and it's always listening, right? Which is why I'm always saying, which is funny that the card of the day was to be aware of our thoughts and our words and our actions. Because even just thinking something carries a universal message, right? Spirit is energy. Our thoughts are energy, right? So every time we think about something or someone, Spirit hear it as loud as you hear me, right? Thoughts carry to the universe, to Spirit. So if we are thinking about doing wrong to somebody, even if we don't speak it, even if we don't do it, even just the fact that we are thinking about it can bring karma on us, right? But so too, if we are thinking about doing something and it's a random thought that just comes into our head and we don't know where that thought came from, you're being given the answer to what you've asked for. So maybe you've thought to yourself, am I really gonna get this new job? Well, pay attention to your thoughts, because they're answering your question. Whatever it is, Alexis, that you have asked the universe for, they're giving you the answer, or they have given you the answer in your own thoughts. But maybe your own thoughts, it's got lost in our thinking. We live in a busy world, we live in a busy society where nobody takes the time now to sit in silence, to sit and meditate, to sit and listen to our thoughts. We live in a world where it's boom, 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 right? We're too busy to sit still. We're too busy to sit in silence and just close our eyes and just concentrate on our thoughts, empty our minds, and just wait to see what comes. When's the last time you did this? Right? When's the last time you had 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to yourself where you can turn the television off, you can play some meditation music or no music at all, just sit in silence and just breathe and clear the mind, and then wait and see what comes in. because it's only in the stillness, it's only in the silence that we will hear such powerful messages and answers to our prayers, to our thoughts, to our questions, and to whatever it is we want to learn or whatever it is we want to hear about, right? If we are busy doing A, B, C, and many of us multitask nowadays, right? We're doing one thing, but we're also doing another thing. If you're busy muddling about and you're doing too many things at one time, right? And you've got the telly on in the background and the kids are playing in the corner or the dog's barking to get out because it's cross-legged. It's like, I'm needing to go out now. I desperately need the toilet now, right? And then you've got a house full of laundry to do, and you've got the dinner to cook, etc., etc. How on earth in all of that rubble, how on earth in all of that chaos are you going to hear powerful messages coming in from the crown chakra? You're not. It's just not going to happen, right? It's like putting your stereo on full blast to the point you can't even hear yourself think, let alone think of other thoughts, right? Same as if you're at work. You know, you've got telephones going off, you've got colleagues walking past, you've got alarms going off, you've got people going for the lunch, people in and out of doors or whatever else. You're concentrating on your own job or whatever. Where in that time is your time? Where in that time is the silence that you seek? You know, and believe it or not, you might find this funny, but it's a true saying. A lot of thoughts come to us when we are sitting on the throne, right? When we are sitting on that wonderful toilet seat, right? Now, there's no music, there's nobody in your face. Well, hopefully there's nobody in your face when you're doing the toilet, but you know what I'm on about, right? How many of us have went to the little girls' or the little boys' room and it's silence in there and you're not thinking about anything in particular other than the fact that you have to relieve yourself, right? These are the moments that are probably the only moments that spirit can get in there, right? It's like, yes, she's going to the restroom. Boom! Let's give her the message now. Maybe she'll hear us. Or maybe she won't, right? But it's the same thing. Spirit are always giving you the answers. But if you're too busy to run around, by running around, you won't hear them. So I feel there's been a lot going on with you. Spirit are telling me there's a lot of things going on with you that are causing you stress. And one of the reasons that you're not able to, you know, I feel you've been seeking answers to this. You've been seeking peace of mind. You've been seeking a solution, right? Which probably means that the card of the day has meaning for you as well. And you've been frustrated even more because you can't find the answers. You can't find the solutions. Nobody's giving you the answers. Nobody's giving you the solutions. So you're raking about in the dark and you're kind of, searching here, searching there, doing this and doing that in the meantime. You've been so busy you can't possibly hear the answers that are freely given to you from angels, from loved ones in spirit. Which is why they're saying, please pay attention and clear your crown chakra. Now you can do that in several ways. Just simply by taking yourself out of the human race for a while, sitting in silence and just breathing in through the nose and filling your tummy with air. So as you breathe in through the nose, don't pull your tummy in. You want to take that air from here all the way down past the lungs into your diaphragm, and you want to expand it like a balloon and get as much air in there as possible. And one way to do that is place your hands on your tummy, and then as you breathe in, Feel the tummy going out like a balloon. And then breathe out through the nose, through the mouth, slowly, whilst pulling the stomach in. And repeat it again. Through the nose and blow it out. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to fill your whole body with pure, clean oxygen. And then when you breathe all of that oxygen out, you're pushing it and holding your tummy in as you go breathing out. You're squeezing all that air out, but you're squeezing all anxiety, stress, toxins, all of that out at the same time. And then the next time that you take that breath in, you're filling the whole body with clean, pure oxygen, clean, pure air. And again, when you breathe out through the mouth and you push all of that air out, you can again place your hands on your tummy and feel your diaphragm going in. Bit like a balloon. When we blow a balloon up, it inflates. When we let the air out, it deflates and goes flat. That's how we should be breathing into our stomach. We should be breathing into the stomach and filling it with as much air as we can possibly fit in there. And then when we're breathing out through the mouth, we should be pulling our tummy in and getting all of that toxic air, all of that carbon monoxide out of our bodies, ready for the next inhale of oxygen. But don't just take my word for it, try it for yourself. Even doing that for 10 minutes a day, if you can do it for 20 minutes a day, even better. But just having that 10 minutes a day, just doing that one exercise will reap huge benefits for you. And it's in that slow, deliberate breathing in and breathing out that helps us clear our chakras, especially our crown chakra. And it's in that very moment, or it's in those very moments that we are going to get the answers that we've actually sought. Because when you're concentrating on breath in and breath out and nothing else, you're clearing the crown chakra. You're clearing the human mind. Nothing else can get in there apart from universal or spiritual messages. Give it a try for yourself and let me know how you get on with this exercise. It's an exercise that I do every single day, sometimes 5-6 times a day, just fitting in 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes just sitting in silence and just doing that. It helps to focus your mind as well. So I hope this card has meaning for you, Alexis, and I actually hope it was Alexis that asked for a card. If not, and I've got it wrong, please let me know, and I will write it down for the next time that I do my readings. But I'm sure, I'm just going on memory, and I'm sure it was Alexis that actually asked for a card this week. So I'm now going on to Lucy Lou. This should be fun because the Gran has been sitting with her knitting needles just ready to poke me in the back with them, I'm sure. Knitting for, honestly, she is. I don't know if your Nan was a knitter, but she's sitting with knitting needles. I've been trying to avoid her, looking at her when I was doing Alexis's reading, because I'm like, what's she wanting to do with those needles? Where is she pointing them knitting needles? But I have it on good authority. She is letting me know that if she was on the earth plane, she'd be knitting little tiny jumpers and little tiny cardigans and booties and all sorts of cute baby things. But yeah, I just saw her in the corner of my eyes with like these, and they weren't, you know how like modern knitting needles nowadays, they're like the safety needles, aren't they? The little bamboo wooden, little very lightweight wooden knitting needles. Not your Nan. She's got those big, I mean business knitting needles, like my mum used to have when I was a child. The big metal ones with the sharp points. And I'm like, okay, what's she doing? I think it is. Either that or she's like, come on, hurry up and pick an angel card, otherwise you're going to get stabbed with a knitting needle. She's just laughing at me now. Yeah. But yeah, she's kind of showing me little booties. So I dare say she's like asking for preparation, to get prepared. So whether she's asking you to knit booties, I don't know. I don't know if you can knit, Lucy, but you know, usually when grandparents or aunties or whatever else get the knitting needles out, they're usually preparing for grandchildren or nieces or nephews or whatever. Yeah, blue booties. How did you know they were blue? But yes, blue booties. They're certainly not pink, it's blue. Blue and white. I can knit. My mum sort of like taught me the basics, you know, how to do a plain stitch and how to do a back stitch or whatever it was. You know, knit one, purl one. That was the, you know, could I follow a knitting pattern? Probably not. My best knitting accomplishment was scarves for my grandchildren. That was it. That was the cream of the crops for my talent as knitting, is scarves. Or I used to knit little squares, like my gran taught me when I was younger as well. And you used to sew the squares and make woolly blankets for the winter. Yeah, I can cast on and I can cast off and I can do plain and purl, but don't ask me to follow a knitting pattern. I just can't. I can do squares and I can do scarves. That is it. But yeah, I think a couple of years ago I took a notion to do knitting and I made a scarf for all of the grandchildren, which they loved. Nobody had ever knitted them a scarf before, so and then I got, can you knit me a teddy bear? Can you knit me a jumper? Can you knit? No, I can't. I can knit you a scarf. I can knit you a square. I can knit you a blanket. But no, don't ask me to knit and I certainly I'm not talented enough to knit booties. But my mum, she used to have like a paper rack, and she used to keep all of her knitting patterns stored in the paper rack. It was quite cute, and she would sit with her knitting pattern on the arm of the chair and her knitting needles. And then of course, still to this day, don't know why they did it, but they used to get the big balls of wool or the big reels of wool, and then they would get you to sit like this while she wound the wool round your hand, and then you would be sitting like this while she took the wool and rolled it into a ball. And I'm like, go figure, you know. But that's, you know, I remember sitting for ages while my mum doing this, while my mum was unreeling the wool, and yeah, we got pretty much tired arms by the end of it. But happy memories, all the same. But yeah, one thing I haven't been able to do is cross stitch. I would love to learn how to cross stitch, but maybe one day. Maybe one day, because I know you can do some beautiful, beautiful pictures and images with cross stitching. But yeah, maybe one day. Okay. Your Nan is being really kind to me today with the cards. She's like, keep shuffling, keep shuffling, keep shuffling. Right, stop. That's what I'm getting from her today. It's like, right, shuffle, shuffle, stop. Oh, well, maybe you can show me one day on messenger call or whatever, because it's always been something that has been on my to-do list, and I've always wanted to go into like YouTube channels and learn how to cross stitch and stuff, because I used to do, like, I can do plain sewing and stuff. I can sew a hem on a dress or a pair of jeans or whatever else. That's about the limit to my stitching, but I used to love doing that, anything with my hands, and I absolutely loved doing that. But I would like to get into that, because it's always been on my bucket list to do a cross stitch, but also to put my Reiki healing through the cross stitch as well. So who knows? Your card is Law of Attraction. Alright, so Law of Attraction. Relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of the energies around you. So what this is basically saying is, I feel that your mindset in the last maybe year to 2 years has changed slowly to begin with, but more dramatically as the time has went on. And it's like old ideas or old thought patterns or old thought processes that once seemed to make sense no longer serve your purpose, if that makes sense. The things that once were important to you, or you thought were more important to you than anything else, now kind of fade away in insignificant as it was, because your mindset has changed. You know, maybe hobbies have changed, maybe your jobs have changed over the last 2 years. Maybe your own spiritual path has changed, maybe not for the worse, but for the better, kind of thing. Yeah, and you know what? That's exactly how we need to be. We need to evolve, right? A lot of people want to stay in the past or in the present and not move forward, because that's our safety blanket, right? We just like to just snuggle up and stay within that nice, warm, cozy safety blanket, because that's where we know. That's what we know. That's what we're used to, right? That's what we're used to doing. And I remember when I was a child, and one of my spirit guides said, when you're older, you're going to be teaching many people. And your wisdom is going to help so many people. And I remember turning around and speaking back, but in a polite way, because I was always polite to my ancestors and guides. And I'm like, I think you've got that one wrong. Me, stand up and teach. What can I teach somebody? What possible information can I possibly teach anyone? But they were insistent, and they said, when the time is right, you'll see. And I remember when I was in secondary school, and I didn't fit into mainstream school because of my visual disability, and I was sent to a school for the blind and visually impaired. And I used to sit and watch my class teacher struggle teaching the children around her, or the ones that were younger than me. And I used to say, can I help? And I used to love that she gave me little tasks to do, little jobs to do. And then when they had little staff meetings or whatever, if those staff meetings were going to run into class times, she would actually say, could I watch her class for an extra half an hour for the staff meeting, which I did. And I loved that. I loved the fact that I was in charge of all these beautiful young souls. Hi, Kim. Yeah, exactly. You know, and this is the thing. We're not supposed to stay in one place. We're supposed to evolve. We're supposed to move on. And things that we thought we would never be possible, that we could never possibly do, we suddenly find ourselves doing. And when I look back and I'm thinking, wait a minute, you know, I've just not long finished, teaching a spiritual class. Although that spiritual class has taken a short break just now. But I remember when I first started, I'm thinking, this is quite daunting and it's pretty scary to run this spiritual class. But I came out of that comfort zone and I run the class. And the comments that I got for running that class were, wow, I didn't know that. And thank you for sharing your knowledge. And I've learned so much, etc., etc. And then when I sat in silence one time, and I look back on how far I have come, those very words from the ancestors came back. One day you will teach. One day you will help so many people. And here I am teaching. Here I am helping people with my readings, with my Reiki healing, with my spiritual jewellery. And yet, way back when I was younger and I was told this was going to be, I doubted it, right? I couldn't see myself doing this, but Spirit could. So this card is basically telling you the law of attraction is on your side. What is happening in your life right now, Lucy, is no surprise, right? It ain't no surprise. It's been written out this way from the day that you were born. You just had to go through a few other things before you got to this stage. And this is the same for every one of us, right? We might think something new and exciting's happened and we're the cause of that, right? We made this happen. We did this and we did that, and this is our path that we controlled ourselves. But the whole truth of the matter is, while we are in our mother's womb, the universe has already planned out our lives exactly how they're supposed to be. And that includes taking the wrong turn in life now and again. Because how can we learn what's right and wrong if we don't make the wrong turns or the wrong, if you can't make mistakes along the line, right? We're not perfect. We learn through our mistakes, right? If a child goes too near a cooker and touches a hot pot with their finger, right? What's the first thing they're going to do? Ouch! Are they going to do that again? Hell no. Right? That bloody hurt, right? And that's going to stick with them. It's like, oh, that thing on the cooker. right? That flame or that ring, that's hot. If I touch that, I'm going to give myself that pain again, right? It's how we learn. We learn through our mistakes. We learn through the wrong turns that we take in life. And it's okay to, we're not perfect. We're not meant to be perfect. We're just meant to take the wrong turn in every so often and then do a U-turn and eventually find the right path. And this is what this card is saying to you. You might have felt at some point that you're taking the wrong turn in life, that this doesn't seem natural. This is coming out of my comfort zone a little bit, but I'm just going to go with the flow. Because if I don't go, maybe past has told you that if you go against your gut instinct, if you go against your intuition, then it's going to go pear-shaped, right? We learn through that, right? How many of us have heard that little intuitive voice saying, don't do that, don't do that, and what do? We do it, right? Or our mothers have said, now don't you do that, my girl, I'm telling you, just don't do it. And what do? What's the first thing you do? Yep, you go out and do it, right? Because you get your little britches, stubborn britches on and think, she ain't telling me not to do that, I'm going to go out and do that. And then you get into trouble. And then your mother's sitting there saying to you, told you so, what did I tell you? Don't do it. But you know best, you went and did it. And now you're coming crying to me. Sound familiar? But this is exactly how we go through life, right? We, somebody tells us to jump, and we're like, for our own good or our own benefit, and we're like, who the hell do you think you are telling me what to do? I'll do it my way, And then we think, I wish I'd listened, because that went so badly wrong. Exactly, and this is what your nan is kind of bringing up as well. She's like, yeah, she's going to get this, because your nan is saying there are so many Lucy moments in that card. In that card right there is so many Lucy moments, right? And she said, yeah, Lucy knows what we're talking about, right? You can't tell Lucy, because Lucy will find out herself, if you tell Lucy she can't dig up a garden plot to find out how many worms are underneath there or whatever else, what's Lucy going to do? She's going to get the shovel and she's going to dig up those worms just to see how many there is. And then when she actually picks up a worm, she's going to go, ew, they're squidgy and squirmy or whatever else, I don't want to know. And she kind of just leaves them to it, kind of thing. Yep. Yep, you'll find worms, right? Yeah, exactly. Do you know what? I was like that with do you know my favourite was little ladybirds? Loved ladybirds. And I would get all excited if I seen a ladybird land on my hand. And I would sit for ages just watching this little ladybird or whatever. My cousin, Scott, I remember when we were young, and we were at my grand's house, and he brought in this pail full of tadpoles, and he pleaded with my gran to keep these tadpoles in her little tin bath, because my gran never had a bathroom. She had a tin bath, and she would fill this tin bath with water from the kettle or water from pots and kettles that were on a stove. There was no modern electricity or whatever else, Kids would either, if it was a baby, they were bathed in the sink. If it was an older child, the men folk would get asked to leave the room. The big tin bath would sit in front of the coal fire, and we were dumped in there. And you would think, well, that sounds quite nice. Have you ever sat in a tin bath? Right? You go in and the water is lovely and toasty and warm, right? And then your bottom hits the bottom of the tin bath. It's like sitting on a polar iceberg, let me tell you, until your arse basically warms it up. But do you know what? It's those memories that stick with me. And she never had an inside toilet either. It was an outdoor toilet. And in the winter, you used to have to put your jammies on, your cardigan, your house coat or an outside coat, and you used to have to go out the front door into the toilet in the garden or whatever, and you used to hover, right? We had the strongest thighs as children on this earth because you either had to hover above the toilet seat or you got frostbite. Take your pick, right? So you learn to gracefully hover above the toilet seat if you were lucky to have a toilet seat in the first place, right? Because a lot of these old outdoor toilets had lost their toilet seat. You know, the toilet seat munchkin had disappeared with the toilet seat, so you were left with just this cold toilet. And you knew that if you sat on that, you were going to stick to it on a frosty night. Great in the summer, absolutely fantastic in the summer. We thought it was great going to the outside toilet in the summer. But when you've got 4 or 5 inches of snow and frost outside, and it's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you know you just have to go, yeah, you learn to hover gracefully. So, you know, I don't know whether your nan had the same kind of thing when she was a little girl, but she just reminded me of that long-term memory at my grand's with the tin bath and the outside toilet, and that was a lovely memory. So thank you, Lucy's nan, for bringing that to mind. But again, we learn from all of these experiences in life, right? And you know, we might have thought we had it tough back then, but then when we look back on our childhood and we think, do you know what, we were quite lucky then, right? You know, in the summer it was fun, in the winter maybe it wasn't so fun, but we learned skills that probably modern kids would never know. You know, you tell a modern kid to go and hover above a toilet seat, they'd be saying, what? Why? Right? Because they've never known the joy or the horrors of an outdoor toilet. Oh, wow. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I love it that she's telling stories like that, because it kind of reminds me, how old I am as well. But if you told young kids that these days, they'd be saying, what are you talking about? You know, tin baths, outside toilets, what on earth are you talking about? I remember we went on myself and my partner went on holiday to Chester. Beautiful, beautiful sort of Edwardian little town. And it had all the whitewashed houses with the wooden beams. Beautiful, beautiful. We loved it. And we went into this cafe, and you know, I'm looking around as you do, you know, for the ladies' convenience, right? Couldn't see anything. And I'm like, all cafes have got to have toilets, right? So I asked her politely, could you show me where the ladies' room is, please? And she said, yes, if you just go out that door to the backyard, there's a little hut at the bottom, a little stone hut at the bottom, the toilet's in there. It was an outside toilet. And I'm like, Okay. You know, because you think in this modern day age that we live in, that there are no such things anymore, then, you know, but there are little towns in England, etc., that have still got outdoor latrines, outdoor toilets. So, yeah. So the moral of this is, you know, the law of attraction, right? Everything in our lives happens just as it's supposed to do. Everything that we go through, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's not so bad, we go through it because there is rhyme and reason. We might not see the reason why we have to go through that. You know, we might not see the reason. For example, you know, ask me when I was going through 30 years of abuse, why am I going through this? Why has the Lord and Lady, why has the gods and goddesses put me through this 30 years of abuse? What did I do to deserve that, right? And you felt so wrongly done by, and you felt I've taken a wrong turn somewhere, or I must have been really bad in my old. How many of us have said that? I must have been really bad in my old life because I'm paying for it now. But now that I'm older and a little bit wiser, I know that I had to go through that in order to help other women and men who were going through abuse. I had to go through child abuse myself in order to help other children who are still going through child abuse, right? Including my own grandkids. So looking back, I can see that what I've been through in my life was exactly how it was supposed to be. It might have seemed unfair. It might have seemed unjust at times. But it was exactly what it was supposed to be. Because without it, I wouldn't have been able to evolve into the strong person that I am today. And your Nan is saying this exact same thing with you. Things may have been or seemed unfair in the past, right? Or unjust. And you might think, what did I do to deserve this? But somewhere along the line, when we look back on our lives, we'll see that there was a reason behind all of that. There's a reason why we had to go through that. And those reasons aren't for us to know at the time. We only get wise by the experience that we have gone through in life. If we don't experience it, we will never learn about that. So your Nan is basically saying, whatever's happening right now in your life, it will have an evolution part to play in your past. Your past has brought you to where you are now, right? And your here and now will take you into the present that is supposed to be happening, right? So she's saying when she's sitting here knitting blue booties, you can bet your bottom dollar she ain't doing it for the good of her health, right? She is knitting blue booties because she knows what's coming. So I hope, maybe you've been looking back on your life recently and your Nan's sitting there going like this, you might be thinking of the good times but also the bad times, right? And trying to make sense of it all. Well, your Nan's saying, we're not always meant to make sense of some of the things until later on in life. But we can trust in the process. And we can move forward into that process. Yeah, exactly. And this is what she's saying, Some things she knows you're looking back on some things and saying, why did it have to be me, right? Why was it me that went through that? How can I suffer so much and they suffer so little? But what your Nan is saying, the ones that have done wrong. They're going to learn their lessons in life as well. And it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but they will. And justice will be served in the long run. But right now you've got to focus on the reasons it happened to you may seem unjust now, but somewhere in the future you might just be able to help somebody else that's gone through that. And how and why? Because you've been through it yourself. And had you not gone through that, how on earth would you be in such a position and able to help other people to go through that as well? Yeah, exactly. It makes us stronger. It does. It absolutely does. We'll have to have another phone chat because something recently happened yesterday with myself, and the old me would have dealt with it in not such a strong way, but the new me was able to stand my ground and said, not today, Felicia. You know, I'm not that person that I used to be. And it does. It molds us into the stronger, wiser person that we are today. And that's exactly the message that your Nan is giving you today. It's made you who you are, right? If you had not gone through all the trials and tribulations that you've gone through in life, you would not be the strong, awesome, amazing woman that you are today, right? And she's saying that is perfect mother, future mother material, right? Because who better to nourish, to teach a child coming into this crazy world that we live in than somebody that's been through all of that trauma, right? That young lad is going to have the best possible start in life because of what his awesome mom has been through. And that's the message your Nan wanted you to hear tonight. And she said she could not be prouder of you for the strong, resilient woman that you are today. And you're only that woman because of everything that you've went through. And you're going to make one amazing mom. And then later in the future, you're going to make one amazing gran as well. So I hope this card has meaning for you. I did say it was going to be an exciting night. I'm loving these messages. So I don't know if Kim's still with us. But if you're still with us and you would like me to choose a card for you, please ask. You can choose between an angel card or my old faithfuls. Or if there's anyone else watching that hasn't come and said hi, then yeah, come along and ask me for a card. I'd be more than happy to read a card for you. Oh, bless. I see you actually going shopping for little blue booties. Okay, so we've got, well, just after, coming up for 25 to, so we've got till 11:15, so we can sit and chat for a little while if you like, or if anyone has got any questions to ask me, feel free to ask, or if anyone would like, if anyone's watching this in silence and they would like me to pick a card, please ask, and I will pick a card for you. So how is everybody's thoughts about the group? Are we loving the group? Are we not liking the group? Now, Tomorrow, every Monday, I'm going to be doing some rune readings as well. So I'm going to cast some rune stones. And then on the Tuesday evening, I will be giving out the rune answers. So come along tomorrow, right here on the Mystic Witch group on Facebook, if you're watching this on YouTube, and pick a rune stone. And then on Tuesday evening, I will be turning the rune stone over and reading the messages. So who's all organised for Yule or Christmas? I've quite surprised myself this year because I've actually got all my Christmas food shopping done. I went Christmas food shopping on the Friday and got everything. Got the turkey in, the trees up. You know, I've got limited. I used to go over the top with Christmas decorations or Yuletide decorations. I used to have like streamers on the ceilings and mistletoe in the hall and balloons and banners and all the rest of it. I think as I'm getting older, it's like, nah, less is more. So we've kind of got like a few ornamental things on the windowsill, and then we've got the Christmas tree up. And that's about the extent of my Yule decorations this year. And we've also got little fairy garden lights out in the garden as well. So yeah, I will probably wait until about 11. If we don't have anybody else coming in by 11, we will maybe cut the reading short. We shall see. So does anyone have any questions that they would like to ask? It could be anything you like. It could be a spiritual question. It could be a question about healing. Anything you like. It could be a question about spirits. Obviously not alcoholic spirits, but spirits nevertheless. So I don't know if anyone has any questions that they would like to ask. Or if you've just popped in, Facebook doesn't always let me see who's jumping on or who's jumping in, but if you just popped in and you would like me to read a card for you, then please come along and give me a shout. Tell me what card you would like. Angel cards or Old Faithful. We're very quiet tonight. We are really quiet tonight. By the way, Lucy's nan is still knitting. She's not gone anywhere. She just sits. She actually sits on the right hand side of me, and she's still knitting these booties. She's actually got an old rocking chair. I can just see her swaying. I'm like, what's she doing? But she's like sitting on this this little rocker, kind of like an old-fashioned wooden rocking chair, with the rockers, and she's kind of just like rocking back and forward. In our old house before we moved here, my partner had an old rocker out on the veranda. We stayed in a bottom floor flat, and it had its own little veranda, and there was an old haunted rocking chair there, and I loved it. In the summer I would just sit there, no socks, no shoes on, and just relax in on the veranda with a cool drink at my side and just meditate while I just rocked on this rocking chair. I did. I call me old-fashioned or whatever else, but I loved. I'm definitely going to have to get an outdoor rocking chair one time for the garden. That would be nice in the summer. Not so much in the winter maybe, but in the summer. Just be nice to sit out and just do some knitting or some craft work while rocking on the rocking chair. That would be nice. So I don't know if Lucy's still with us. Maybe Lucy's popped off because it is getting late. But I'll give it another 5 minutes and we'll see if anyone else pops on. And if not, we'll maybe just call it a night. We'll have an early night. I'm hoping that as word goes out more often on a Sunday evening, that we'll get more and more people coming in to the free reading sessions. I know that Lucy always pops on to the reading sessions, and it's always nice to see Lucy popping on. So, because where Lucy goes, Lucy's nan goes all the time. So yeah, I'm excited for Lucy's future because she's going to have a little baby boy. So yeah. I mean, I can knit, and I would love to be able to sit and knit blue booties, because I would quite happily sit and knit blue booties for Lucy. But my extent of knitting is scarves and winter blankets. That's kind of the extent of my knitting. I can paint. I love doing painting. I love playing musical instruments. Music is my life. I love making jewellery, etc., etc. I suppose what we could do, let me see if I got my jewellery. Yes. Do you know what? I'm gonna get my little jewellery box. Somewhere. I should have my little jewellery box. Somebody has moved, or Spirit has moved my little jewellery box. Oh, we have got it here. Okay. So, while we're waiting to see if anyone else is going to turn up, I'm going to go through some of my jewellery that is still for sale. And I will be putting these jewellery on this page tomorrow as well, just as a reminder. This one is a beautiful necklace that my granddaughter made. We were doing crafting together, and it has little black onyx crystals. She's got some little black onyx crystals on here, and she's also got little black obsidian crystals and aqua crystals on here, and she has added a little moon crystal charm on the end. It's a beautiful, beautiful necklace that she's made. It is elasticated, so it will easily go round and it will fit anyone. It will literally fit anyone. Oops, I've just pulled my hairband off doing that. So it will literally fit anyone. It is beautiful. She's done the colour coordination absolutely stunning. I think she's following in her grand's footsteps. So yeah, this one is on sale and will be going on my website. But how beautiful is that? It's got some really nice round crystals on it and little chip crystals on it, and it also has some beautiful pearl glass beads on there as well. So and it comes in all of my jewellery, or my granddaughter's jewellery, and this is J Gems, is what my granddaughter's called hers. Comes in little boxes. And then the other one that I have while we're waiting, obviously if somebody comes in and they want a card read while I'm doing this, please feel free, but I just want to pass the time while I'm waiting on somebody asking for a card and show you some of the jewellery pieces. This is a little bracelet, and it's a beautiful little unicorn, and it has a mixture of little gemstones. Again, it's got tiger's eye crystals in here, it's got lava crystals in here, and it's got black onyx, it's got lapsuli, blue lapsuli crystals in here as well, and it has a beautiful little unicorn on there as well. So this one is also on sale, and it has those beautiful glittering little diamantes which catch the light beautifully and have a beautiful sparkle. All my jewellery and my granddaughter's jewellery, I put healing energy into them, and they are blessed and cleansed before being sent out. This one is a double choker and bracelet set. So this has the little bracelet, and it has a little black onyx heart, and it has lava crystals on here, jade crystals. It has little rose quartz crystals on there as well, and it also has a matching black gold onyx which has little sparkles. I don't know if the light will pick up on this, but this heart has little sparkles in it. Yeah, you can just see that. It sparkles beautifully, and that's actually a choker that will go, it's elasticated, so it will go around most heads, and it will sit as a choker. So this is a set. This comes as an actual set. Okay, so you get these two together. Again, if you're interested in any of these, then please let me know. This one is number 13. Okay, my granddaughter's one that you've just seen, I don't know if she's got a number on this one. Yeah, my granddaughter's one is number 12. And the unicorn one is 07. for the unicorn one. And then this one is 02. And 02 is another one that my granddaughter made, but this one's a bracelet. Again, she's kind of mixed with sort of jade, green crystals with lava crystals. She has a rose quartz crystals there as well. And she also has that beautiful, beautiful green jade charm on there as well. Absolutely, I love the way that she's put all the colours together on this bracelet. So this is a J Gems bracelet, and that is 02. All the bracelets are £10. Okay, so then we have 06. This again is a bracelet. So we're just going through some of these. And this one is a little brass mermaid. She's kind of brass. And she has a little green sparkle glass bead on her tail. And this one is completely, it's got all the pearl beads on this, kind of pearl glass beads, and it has one lava crystal on there as well, because all my bracelets have at least one lava crystal or one crystal in them, so that when I put healing energy into them. So this is the little mermaid bracelet, which she is lovely. She just dangles from your wrist. So if you're a mermaid type of person, her number is 06 for the little brass mermaid. Let me put her back in her little packet so that I know what number that she is. And then we have a dolphin one. And again, this has volcanic crystals on here. Let me see what other crystals this has. Yeah, this one's more volcanic. It does have a little tiger's eye. And is that an onyx? Yeah, it's got the black lava crystals and tiger's eyes. So it has two tiger's eyes on this, and it also has little black lava crystals and the glass beads. Has a beautiful, beautiful dolphin on here, and it has a beautiful mineral stone. The dolphin, very earthly. This looks very earthly on this, and then this is the back of it. So it's really, these dolphin ones are really, really beautiful. So that one is number 17 for the little earth dolphin. I will go through a couple more, but I will put all of them on my page tomorrow. This one is number 16, and it has a little sunshine on it, and it has multicolored lava beads on there with the diamantes as well. So this is Little Miss Sunshine. Very nice for Christmas or a nice summer healing bracelet there as well. Okay, let's see, what other ones have we got? This one, let me have a look. I have all these in little bags for cleanliness. This one has a little, this is a chakra healing. So if your chakras are out of balance and you're looking for a really good chakra healing bracelet, this one has chakra gemstones on it. So from the white of the crown to the red of the root chakra, this is going to balance all of your chakras. So this is the white moonstone heart with all the chakras on that as well. I think we'll do a couple more. This one is number 19. We've got a lot to go, a lot of different ones. This is more for pagans or witches. This one has the bronze pentagram on it, and it has the pearl beads with rose quartz. There is tiger's eye in this. Just trying to think. Oh, there's a little bit of jasper in here as well. And again, this has the protective pentagram, bronze pentagram on there as well. For any sort of witches that are around. Again, these make lovely gifts. They do come in gift boxes as well. Now this one is another lava stone. This is black lava stone with silver spacers, and it has the black gold stone sparkly gemstone in there. Look how beautiful that black gemstone is, with sort of hints of blue in there that sparkle. So this is a dolphin with the black lava stones. Beautiful, beautiful dolphin one. All these are handcrafted by myself. And then we have number 22. Two little ducks, 22. And this one has little diamantes with 2 pink lava stones, and it also has the little purpley pink mermaid. She's purpley pink on one side and she's golden coloured on the other, but look at the diamantes on there. The squatchy Swarovski crystals. So this one would be a nice bracelet for going out. Sits beautifully, and you can just see how the light catches those little squatchy crystals. So that is number 22. The sparkly blue mermaid, or blue and pink mermaid. And then we have, I'll do a couple more because it's 11 o'clock. But there is loads, and it will probably take me quite a long time to go through all of these. So we'll make this the last one. This one is a little unicorn one. It's a rose quartz unicorn. Again, this one has some jade in there, and it has some rose quartz in there as well. So that is our little colourful unicorn, and she is gold on the back. So for any unicorn lovers, this one is number 14. But again, I will put all of my bracelets on the Mystic Witch page or the Mystic Witch group, and on my Instagram as well. So do go along to the Mystic Witch on Facebook and Instagram tomorrow, and I will have all of these and more displayed on my Mystic Witch group. So that kind of passed a little bit of the time while I was waiting to see if anybody else was going to come along and pick a card. Now, either it's been a quiet night or Facebook comments aren't working. If Facebook comments aren't working and the comments show up later on, I do apologise to anyone that has come on while I was doing the jewellery and asked for a card and Facebook comments haven't showed it. Let me just refresh and see if I've missed any comments. I don't think I have. And I will tag Alexis into the readings with her time of her reading. I'd like to thank Alexis and Lucy for joining me and coming along to take part in this Sunday evening readings. I will be back next Sunday between 9 and 11 p.m. So set a date in your calendar if you want to come along and get a card. You're welcome to do so. And as long as I have at least one person showing up, then the weekly card readings will continue. However, you know, if there is a couple of weeks where nobody turns up, then we may have to scrap the readings night. So if you found that these readings have helped, please feel free to share this group with friends and family. Let them know about the Sunday evening readings so that they can take part in these readings as well. It's absolutely free to come along and ask me for a card. So thanks everyone, and thanks Lucy for your constant support in my weekly readings. It means so much to me. You're the best. And thank you, Alexis. I'm hoping that you get a chance to replay your reading as well, and that your chosen card has meaning for you this evening. I'm going to go off and join my wonderful partner for the rest of the night, and I will be back tomorrow with another card of the day. I'll also be doing some rune readings. So I will be drawing 3 runes tomorrow. So come along and choose a rune stone, and then on Tuesday evening I will be reading or doing the answers to that rune stone. I know that in the past my rune readings have proven very, very popular, so do come along. Again, the rune readings are free for anyone to join, so come along to the Mystic Witch group on Facebook. Just search the Mystic Witch group in the groups and you'll find me. Or if you're on my personal page, then the link for this group is at the top of my page as well. The link's also on my Instagram as well. And I will put the link on my YouTube channel for anyone that wants to find the Mystic Witch group easily just by clicking on the link. So with it being 11 and it's all very quiet tonight, I'm going to bid you all a really, really good evening. Have a great Sunday evening. Have a great week, and I will be back tomorrow. Till then, love and bright blessings as always from myself, Lady Moonlight, Mystic Witch. See you all tomorrow. Bye for now.